Well, this 7.3 is eating my lunch. Decided I would current ramp the injectors just for the shits and giggles because I was thinking about it. Nobody's done it that I could find on YouTube anyways. I thought I would do it at fuse 27 in the fuse panel, which is feeding power to the IDM. Figured I could current ramp all of the injectors there and look for an anomaly, but unfortunately that didn't work. I guess that IDM feeds a bunch of capacitors in the that fuse feeds a bunch of capacitors in the IDM, so there was no current ramp. There was just a flat current flow. So I've got it on injector number 3, which is the 4th wire on the valve cover connector here, which is the one that's setting the fault code, and got it hooked up to my Vantage Pro here. So I'm going to start it and have a look at it. So that's cylinder number 3, current ramp. I'm going to pause this. So that's what it looks like. That's cylinder number 3. I'm not sure if this is normal, this decay in the current, but I'm going to compare it to cylinder number 5, which is the next wire. Actually, no, the next wire is, well, I'll double check. So there's the right-hand valve cover gasket connector. Pins 1 and 2 are glow plugs 1 and 3. Pin 3 is injector 1. Pin 4, which is the one I had it on, was injector 3. And pin 5, which is the middle one, and it's orange, says injector feed circuit. Now I assumed these injectors were power side controlled, but based on the polarity of the amp clamp, which was showing positive on the lab scope, I had the arrow pointing away from the injector, so they're ground side controlled by the looks of it. So I'm going to put the amp clamp on the pin 5 here, which is this one, the orange wire, and that should allow me to do all 4 on that bank. I'll show you where I've got it. So the middle orange wire on that valve cover connector says injector feed. Now I've got the polarity incorrect theoretically, so the lab scope pattern should be upside down, but that's okay, I can invert it. The polarity is wrong. Might not be 0. So I'm going to let this record for a second and then play it back. Decided to switch to a lab scope on my Varus because it has a little bit more real estate. I'm going to record this and play it back. So this is the recording on my Varus. I should actually save this. So that in case I lose it here. Okay. F550 7.3 save. So now I should be able to change the waveform position and look for an anomaly in the recording. I don't know which cylinder is what, but anything that's different would be cause for concern. That one's nice if I could overlay them. Should fire up the picoscope. No, I don't see anything conclusive. Let's see if we can get all four on the screen at the same time. The snap-on scope doesn't allow you to zoom in, it only allows you to zoom out. Well, there's two. And there's two. And I don't know which one's number 3. So you can lab scope all four. That one looks different. Maybe I'll take a screen capture of all four. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I saved 4 screen captures and I positioned the waveform so that the start of the current ramp was at exactly 2 milliseconds on the lab scope. So I'm not sure which is which, but here's one cylinder. There's another cylinder. Another cylinder. And another cylinder. So nothing really stands out. Even the decaying current at the end here. The injector on time is about 2 milliseconds. Nothing really stands out as a difference. Mind you, it's just idling. That one's nice and clean. That one's nice and clean. Ramps up really nice. That one's kind of rounded. Well, as I said, got to do an exploratory. I hope there's not a mechanical problem in this engine. It has got a lot of kilometers on it, but I think he's going to change the valve cover gaskets and 2 injectors on number 1 and 3. And we'll see what happens.